time.
Hello and welcome to the first spring seasonal the recapping, where we have got Garthnix with us.
Hello. If my camera decides to get in focus, I am with you.
And we also have the seasonal organisers, Heidi and Jane themselves. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
The time is almost here, guys.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
3 days.
First of all, can I just say shout out to Das Albo for that amazing trailer. I literally love it.
Absolutely brilliant. Perfect. Heidi and Jane, are you ready for a seasonal now? Or are you still a little bit last things organised?
Well, we are ready, I would say. There's still some stuff that's in discussions with the team reps because, there's nothing that gamers like more than discussing every possible detail. But other than that, we are almost ready to go, and every game is scheduled. We have the dates. I think Jane handled all the casting side. You can confirm that.
We have all the casters. Yeah, every game for first week will be streamed.
Yeah, so we can announce all these streams very soon. So yeah, everything is ready to go at least for the qualifier stage. Yep.
That's absolutely fantastic. So Garthnix and I, we're literally just going to explain the recapping and what is it about? What are we trying to achieve here? Garthnix, do you want to lead that one or?
Yeah, will do. Yeah, I'm also just modding the chat as well. So also a massive shout out in the chat as well there for Jane for all the profile pictures in the backgrounds. I see somebody's just put up there. So that's very true. Before we start, but yes, the idea of the show is obviously that for the first one at least, we're going to recap the previous tournament and then kind of introduce the teams, talk through the fixtures that are upcoming. But obviously, week on week, we're going to be kind of coming back, catching up with what's happened the previous week, talking about where in the standings the various teams are at this whichever stage, and then looking ahead to the next week to come. And also, we're going to have a section where hopefully we see a bunch of clips from the game streams from the other casters and also from first person streams, maybe from some of you guys if you're able to post your clips. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. This week, though, obviously, like I say, we're going to be going back over the previous season very briefly to kind of set the scene for this amazing tournament that we're going to be engaged in. Yeah, obviously talking with our excellent guests. Literally couldn't ask for better guests, I don't think, for the first, the opening of this show, the recapping. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it today, and hopefully you can come back and join us week on week, and we'll go through this together and see how it progresses. I'm very excited.
Yes. So this will be going every Monday at 8 o'clock, same time. Just we didn't do it this Monday because of the old Love Day, Valentine's. But every Monday going forward until the end of the seasonal, we will be going live at this and giving you guys the most up-to-date information possible. I have a question for the organisers. Now, I don't want Jane to take offence to this, but what I want to ask is how many grey hairs have you accumulated since up in the tournament to 24 teams?
I mean, Jane, you can answer me.
Yeah, I have none. Didn't have any before. Still don't have any.
Nice.
Good answer.
I already had plenty, and I still have some more. Yeah, I guess that's the difference. Well, the thing is, like seasonal started at 8 teams, so we went from 8 to 16, then 16 again, and then now 24. And yeah, for sure, like increasing the number of people participating is gonna increase the number of potential headaches. But honestly, I can only commend all the new teams. Like going in, I might have been a bit, afraid that the new teams that didn't play in seasonal before might be, confused about the formats, about everything. But they've actually been like the easiest to deal with usually. And yeah, it's some of the more experienced teams where we've had like other types of discussions and whatever. So there's really has been not much issues, and I'm like most excited about the format change. Like for me, that's the biggest thing about this seasonal, and 24 teams allow that. And the 2 stages, the Swiss format, and then into the playoffs. Like everything is so much more exciting for me, like than just having straight up double elim, So that's what I'm mostly happy about. Yeah.
It gives a lot of the qualifier stage a lot more game time, because I remember last season where you only get like maybe 2 games and then you're out or something like that.
Well, it was like this, double elimination format. Yeah. So then you had the placement games in case you had to still find out how you ranked. But yes, it was brutal. Like one mistake and you could be out. Yeah.
To be fair, in qualifier stage, it's still 2 losses and you're out, right? So like technically it's the same, but the thing is, the 16 teams in qualifier stage, it should be much more balanced than the first rounds we used to have. But I think we're gonna see that maybe in
just in a minute when we get into the next section, talking about the previous seasonal, we'll kind of run through what's changed, how that makes a difference. So first of all, though, I think we're going to get on to introducing some of the new teams, because obviously there's a lot of new communities who've joined. And we kind of want to give a little bit of an introduction. Obviously, there's so many, we can't possibly go through them all like to the detail that maybe they're going to be going into. Like, obviously, if you're watching a game, the caster of the game, they'll cover a lot of this in a lot more detail, but we kind of give you a brief taster and an overview of some of these communities.
So let's jump in. So there are a lot of obviously new teams that are coming in. Obviously, we've got Red Army and War working together. You know, they're German. They're coming. They were formed.
Russian.
No,
Oh, sorry. Oh, Russian.
I mean,
actually,
most of the
War was
time,
already
yeah.
here last season, and
Yes.
and they're Russian.
Russian.
Well,
Yeah.
at least from Eastern Europe, but I believe that they're Russian.
Yeah, they've
No,
got
but
some
it's true
squads
that
from
the name
Yeah.
is not telling at all. Like Red Army.
Red Army, yeah.
No, of course,
It's
but,
actually-
I
I
thought-
guess.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
That's funny. But yeah, they've got some squads, I think, from PKKA and LS as well. They're obviously pretty new. They only just started in December 2021. And I think they're really just here to sort of see how it goes, basically. I'm not sure they have like massive expectations, but, you know, we've seen them play quite a lot. Obviously, Known Connection, I cover Squad Line Battle as well. And we've seen them play fairly frequently in that. And, you know, they've got some good players there. So it'd be interesting to see how they do.
We've also got PHX Phoenix also battling against them on this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that they were founded in October 2020, so that's quite an oldish clan. That's kind of when most of the clans did actually form that we've got.
Yeah, they played in winter 2021.
Yes, I believe.
They pushed quite far, 7 or 8, 6, something like that. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
definitely a good German team for sure.
Yeah,
But they
absolutely.
didn't
I
play in
think-
last season, although.
No, they didn't, and I think it's fair to say they're probably like a more defensive team, probably. But I think they're trying to. In the meantime, they've tried to kind of increase their quality of offensive players. So it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of bring those things together in this one.
Then we also have a CSP, Czechoslovak Battalion, established on June 6th, 2019. So far, it's the oldest one that we have, which is obviously great.
Pretty established team. They've played the seasonal before as well. They're very well known on the HLL scene.
Yeah. We've also got Trirex, which I believe is a new coming, which was formed in just about a month or two ago, January 2022. So that would be great.
Yeah, and that's an interesting mix there as well, Trirex, because it's DKB, who are Danish. It's Badgers, it's Goth, Gary's OnlyFans, who are like a US team. Muck Spreader, interesting commander for Goth. I think they could be like a dark horse in this one, for sure. They got some really interesting tactics, got good knowledge of the game, quite experienced players, even though they're, like you say, a fairly new alliance.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them in action.
Danish, man. Danish are the best at video games in the world. So I'm rooting for the Danish strength. How did you call the goth guy?
I can see Chronic in the chat.
Yeah, I also heard something a bit interesting.
Ruining.
Muck Spreader.
Muck Spreader? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. It's better.
Yeah.
We've also got OLBWCC, Lost Legion, forming an alliance with Barbed Wire Collectors Club. They were, I know Lost Legion was formed in August 2020, and I believe they are just wanting to try and push into that qualifiers. They want to get through that qualifier stage. I know that that's what they want, to try and get as most action out of seasonal and kind of show the world what they can do. So with that much pressure and that much enthusiasm, I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's interesting that you said that. Like, I think with the new format as well, like teams can really have like scaled expectations in a way. Like, yes, getting into main stage is already like for some teams that might be way less experienced, or yes, way less experienced. That's the biggest thing. It's already nice to be able to get there, and then you get 5 more games, to play against every team, and then you might go 3-2, and then you get into playoffs, and that's really big because then you're auto qualified into main stage for next time. And Lost Legion, I think part of them comes from 1AD before, which is also like one of the older communities. So some of the players in Lost Legion have been with us for a long time.
Moving on, we have Heli's Heroes with number 1 Commando, established in January 2021. So just over a year they've been together, working together.
I think, if I can, very recently this alliance
yesterday.
collapsed. Yeah.
Oh,
So
are
it's
we speaking
only
base?
Heli's Heroes, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's
There's
very
nowhere.
recent.
There's no one CDO. Yeah. So yeah, like competitive play is always a big trial for teams and alliances, and you often see alliances kind of crumble during losses and stuff like that. But here they collapsed before the tournament even began. But yeah, like it's only Heli's Heroes playing together.
Or more accurately, maybe Heli's Hardcores.
Heli's Hardcores,
Yep,
maybe.
indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
I think they're kind of they're quite well known for being a fairly like democratic team. So whether or not they'll be able to kind of put that together in a way that's really effective or not. They're not
What do
so
you
much
mean
about
democratic team? Do
they're
you
not,
mean
not
that
so
they
much
don't
about
have
the
like
commander and the command structure in the same way as perhaps other teams are. And I think that they try and kind of all be roughly on the same page when it comes to the plans and the strats and stuff. But whether that sounds like it could be a strength, and if they can put it together, I think it could be, but it could also maybe be a hindrance if there's not like clear leadership perhaps, but we'll wait and see.
Interesting.
Moving on, we have got EG.
Eastern Group. Probably the best team in qualifier stage, probably the best team in seasonal is going to win everything. With
how much do you get paid to
Sitch at the
say
head.
that?
Sitch at the head leading his troops. Absolute heroes, they're going to destroy everyone. 100%.
So we are.
Okay, well, no more to say about them then.
Yeah. Expect a WTH versus EG game.
Yeah, that's the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And what, you're just gonna get stomped, are you?
Yeah, of course we're gonna get
Yeah,
destroyed
okay.
by EG, 100%. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, guys.
I think we need to leave EG as it is, because that is a compliment and a half coming from Heidi. Let's go on to. I'm gonna hopefully. No, not this one. 101 ES and BTS 2, so which is Division 501, teaming up with Maltidos Bastardos. I want to say, yeah, I think I got that right. Spanish joined early last year as well.
Yeah, and they've got a real fighting spirit, if nothing else. These guys, I think they will literally like not stop until they're either out or they're on the top spot. So talking to their their team reps, I think there's like no compromise going on there.
Nice. And I know they've. I'm sorry if we take too long, but they've played quite far into the HPL, which is another big tournament in Helleplus. Well, more than like a league than a tournament, but they played up to the finals, I think, or semi-finals. I'm not sure. I think finals.
At least semi, but they made it to finale, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, finals, and lost core in the finals, I think.
Nice. We have got FFL Finland, obviously Finns Let
Loose.
Yes.
Yeah, who I personally covered some of their games in the previous seasonal, and they're a good solid team who I'm sure will have just been kind of hitting the gym, as it were, and trying to improve on their results from last time.
And I've got it down as they established in 2017. So if and that's coming from one of the reps.
Is that even possible?
Well, maybe not in terms of playing Hell Let Loose, but they this.
They're on a lot of different games
Yes.
as well.
On
Yeah,
different
okay,
games as
because
well,
if
that's the
they-
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
If they
things
went back
let
to
loose, let
17,
loose, right?
they would have
Things let
played
loose.
a very shitty version of the game, you know?
I think they have, right? Because the name is Fins Let Loose. You don't create that
True.
for some other game, right? So
Yeah.
So that's great. So I'm expecting a good partnership in that community. So in terms of working together and playing together, I think community and communication alone, they are going to be deadly, absolutely deadly. We have also got Bundsware Corpse.
Bundeswehr.
Bundeswehr.
Yeah, also known
And by
as
the way,
Nordic.
apologies, guys. This is the old logo. I don't know why I fucked it up here. I'm sorry. But it will
to be
fixed
fair
in
to
the
Jane,
next
she's
time.
had a lot to do. Yeah, so anyone from Bundeswehr who wants to complain, don't. All right. But yeah, they, I think they're very, experienced now. They've been around kind of 2 years. Their strongest area is probably tanks, and I think they're going to kind of try this seasonal to focus more on defense, from what I've been told. But I know that they, in the past, have kind of focused on attack. So if they bring some of that attacking knowledge at the same time and use it when it's kind of the right moment and when it's important, then they could be a very interesting and powerful team to watch.
100%.
Yep, and they've been a part of the Heracles comp scene for very, very long. They were organizing the first tournaments like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And like I think it's the last one we have, so I can talk about the fact that there is one more, but we can talk about it now. But like I know the Russian teams love to play each other, so like I really hope, like I don't think we have one on the first stage, but I hope on second round, we'll have some Russian derbies, because these are always very, very spicy in terms of memes and everything. It's very good.
I think there should be some good Chinese ones as well, like
Yeah.
Yes.
China on China games.
National derby is always good.
We'll be coming up to them very shortly. Next, we have got The Line.
Yep.
Quite a new one as well. Well, new-ish. Formed during the pandemic, while everyone was sitting at home. So they formed in 2020. So, and I've been watching them. They've been doing some squad line battles as well. And they've got some good players. Honestly, I think they're going to be a tough component to beat, and I think they will definitely be putting up a good fight on whoever comes across them, for sure.
Agreed.
Next up, we've got Hell Let Loose Polish.
Yeah, so kind of interested to see actually what Hell Let Loose Poland have got to bring to this tournament. They have been around kind of a long time, but they've sort of been, I don't know, like off and on, I guess, with the competitive. But they have been playing competitive since 2020. But at the same time, not quite in the same formation, like I say, as they are now. So lots of experience there, but whether or not this current configuration can kind of really make an impact, obviously we'll see. But it should be good to watch as well.
100%. Now we've got a newly formed community here. We've got 91 Panzer Division, 38 Infantry Division, and GR3 all formed this January 2020.
The juggernaut, the German juggernaut.
We've got some good German type teams in this season.
I mean, the Germans always put forward good teams, to be fair.
Yes. I'm waiting for their game. Absolutely. I think STDB have got a very tough game ahead.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, speaking of STDB, the Shock Trooper Thunderbar, they are dangerous. And
they are definitely dangerous.
Yes.
We've seen that.
Correct, Heidi, you had a game against them quite recently, actually. Was that on Hogan Forest?
STDB, right? Yes.
Yes.
STDB. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely one of the after core probably, but the stronger German teams. And I think all these German teams are kind of tired of being called aftercore, so they all want to prove that they can actually beat them and get out of this qualifier stage, get
Under
into
the
main,
shadow.
and destroy them. Yep.
Yeah. And we've seen them play just recently in some friendlies, and I've obviously covered them a lot. Their players on Squadline Battle, and they're really organised. They're they should be good. They should definitely be good. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yes. Then finally we have got DCR Don Crossack Regiment and 7-Evan. Is that how you say it? 7-Evan?
No,
Team
it's
7.
Team 7. Yes,
Seven.
yeah.
I've been
7-Evan. That's so.
Yeah, formed kind of late last year in August 2021, so they're kind of newish. Does anyone have any?
Well, I think it's a community that started on Holdfast.
That's right. Yeah.
On that Revolutionary War game, right?
Yep.
And which is kind of funny to me, like interesting to see, like if they're gonna bring something that we don't expect, or are they gonna get
Completely destroyed.
Yeah, like we will see. We will see. I'm waiting to see.
I think maybe the first one, because they're being very secretive, certainly with us, about what any of their strategies or tactics might be. So
yeah, I mean, I'm
maybe
not sure
they've
that's
got
usually a good sign.
Well, is
But
that okay? Fair enough. I thought it might be because they're bringing some special secret tactics, some
I wish.
some
I hope so.
special sauce.
Yeah, we'll be
But
on the lookout.
but you're right. It could just be that they don't know what they're going to do themselves yet.
Yeah.
So
Then I want to say a big, massive shout out all the way over to the Chinese side, the GMJ, EWS, the Revolutionary Force, and EWS. I think I said that last. Yeah, copy and paste. Formed in December 2020, and looking to get some more communities alongside them and build an ultimate force. So I've seen snips of the Chinese playing, and things could get hot in the games. Let's just say I think it's going to be an interesting side to have them play.
yeah, I know. I think this team in particular are taking this pretty seriously. And I think that, they've put a lot of effort into training and into creating a good structure in their team. And they want to be one of the best teams in the world. Like they're not messing around.
Yeah.
They'd want that. I know that. And so I think hopefully we're going to cover their game this weekend, maybe. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this team play.
I think like overall, not talking about that team specifically, but like looking at that screen is really nice to see, like, because we, in esports or whatever, usually even in sports, like a logo or something, it stands for like five people, maybe 10 people at most 15 or something.
Yeah.
But like this is all 50 people team, and usually even more. So like seeing all these people forming up, like from different places, different countries, different regions, and forming 50 to 100 people teams, it's really nice. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Right, so shall we jump on to just a real little recap on previous seasonal and how that went along?
Yep.
Okay, so on this page, guys, if you're watching, we will normally have the last week's results. So every week we'll have what happened on the previous weekend, and obviously because we have no results, we are going to have a little look at the last season on how that ended up. How did the teams go for you and Jane? How did they end up? Did they end up how you predicted? Did some what's the word?
Overperform or underperform, or because I know that like before this, I don't know if this is kind of like a public thing that lots of people have seen, but there is like a seeding of like
you can see that seeding on the left.
Indeed.
Yeah, so I think it's fair to say that the teams didn't quite some of them didn't really match up with where they were predicted. Obviously, that could partly be because they played better or worse than what was expected. But I think maybe some of that was down to the the way that the tournament was organized because of the number of teams and trying to fit all the games in. Is that right, Heidi?
Well, the thing is, if you look, if I can speak briefly to it, like if you look at the seedings, right? So like in the first game, 1 meet 16, and it goes down like this. 2 will meet 15, 3, 14, etc. And that's done because if you don't do that, you basically end up with finals in the first round or second round, and like you have the better teams getting out too early. So that's why we do this, but that kind of causes the fact that the first round is kind of pre-decided. Not really, but it's not. It's not. That's why you see a lot of 5-0s, and the only one that's a 2-3. It's the one where it's team 8 and 9. So like it kind of created this. It creates this first division, right? But then, yeah, if like for instance 5, who was put at 3 because they won, I think, the Summer Cup, or they were second or something. So like had pretty high ranking. But then they lose to UFR because they lost, their second game against a team that they should win to. So yes, indeed, in that format you can be put out quite quick, even if you're kind of supposed to be in the top 5 at least at the end. But we can still see that teams 1 and 2 were finalists, right? And like the team 2 won the finals game, and team 1, so like it's still pretty accurate in a way.
It is. It is pretty accurate. We had an analysis performed by one of our members of the staff, Habuzify, and he did a nice chart to check the difference between the original seeding and the final result. And it's really interesting to see that half of the teams performed the exact way we thought they would. Like they either stayed the same or gained or lost one spot. So that's pretty accurate. And the others, so the other half remaining, the changes were obviously a bit more dramatic. But overall, it was really interesting to see that it was pretty much what we expected to be. And yet we've seen some spectacular action. So this is really interesting to see that even if this is quite predictable in a way, it doesn't prevent for a good show.
Yeah, I think that's true. But this time, obviously, we're not going to see that because we've got the qualifying stage.
Yeah, so that's why, in qualifying stage, like all the matchups like that we saw on the previous screen, maybe some of them will be 5-0s and stuff because that's how Hell Let Loose is. But I think almost all of them are pretty much balanced, right? Like, or you couldn't say before easily, or this is easy win for this team, easy win for this team. It's not really gonna be like that, and it's only gonna get even more true when all the teams that have won will play each other. And in the main stage, it's gonna be even more true when it's like the teams that are 2-1 that are supposed to play each other, etc. So I think it's really. You're not gonna have this scenario where you lose one game, 2-3 or something, and then you drop down, and like the rest of the tournament is super hard for you. It's
Yeah, I mean, the other thing to say as well, just about the selection process and the tournament and stuff that we haven't kind of touched on, is just to briefly mention how the maps and stuff are chosen, because there is like a sort of mini game or like a meta game, I suppose, that goes on between representatives from the teams to choose whose server the game is hosted on and what map they play. That is, we spoke about this before, and that is going to be the same as last year. And anybody who's interested in that can keep up with that on the seasonal Discord. And it's quite interesting. There's quite a few strats. I know Heidi's kind of an expert on this, but there's quite a few different strats that people employ to either cancel out the maps that they really don't want, or to try and like get to the map that they do want to play on, because there's certainly favorite maps for probably all teams, but there are some that are definitely like a speciality for certain teams that they really, really want. And that's kind of a whole separate layer to the tournament. Am I right?
Yeah, completely. Like, so the way it originated is because we need best of ones, right? Because of how Hell Let Loose is as a game. And in previous updates, because it's a bit less true now, but some maps were really, really like you can't win as allies or you can't win as Axis, right? So,
Envoy.
but still, some people disagreed on these facts, and like, or people just don't know, or people have done more research, and like, yeah, it's part of the skill to understand what sides are good, what sides do you want to play on what maps, and maybe also, yeah, like expressing the style of your team. For instance, if I don't know, you only play, you have a lot of tankers, you want an open map, and if you have 0 tankers and you only have good shooters, you want a map where tanks are less important, or something like that. So yeah, it's both skill and I guess style that you can try to express there, and yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of the tournament for sure.
Yeah, and it's something that, like I say, you can catch up with on the Discord, and is publicly sort of seeable, like
Yes.
ahead of the game. So make sure if you are interested in that to go check it out on the seasonal Discord. It looks like we're going to maybe talk about the games coming up this
Yes.
weekend now.
Yep.
We can't announce the streamers who are going to be casting them, but you should be able to find out within the next couple of days again on the seasonal Discord. It's just being finalized now.
Indeed. It's just being finalized yet to see if everybody is available as intended. But yeah, we have at least one person for every game.
So
Discord.gg/HLL seasonal, my guys.
Shamelessly advertising. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So is there going to be like a little ping for everyone to know who's streaming who, or is it just going to go out to the reps? And
Not exactly. So what we are doing most of the time is that a little while before the beginning of the week, we make an announcement to recap like who's going to play who.
Okay.
But just like a general reminder that something is happening this weekend. And so where to find this information about the streamers? Well, it's exactly at the same location as for the rest. So for example, you know that there is a channel for every game. So for example, on your scheme, the first channel would be Red War versus Phoenix, qualifier round 1. And so in this channel, you may find the map they're going to play, which side, what date and time. And just after that, when it is finalized, we're going to display who is going to stream it and what are the links to get to the streams.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
That is very, very nice. And
I've shared a link, by the way, to the Discord in the chat there. So everybody in the chat, feel free to go join that if you haven't already.
Give it some love as well.
Yeah.
Any personal, I'm going to throw it out there, personal favorites to win this weekend?
I think maybe what I can do is when we go through the games, I can tell you what the people voted, right? Because we have on the seasonal, we have the
okay. So
where there's the ban phase, there's also the prediction thing. So
so
there's a new
we go
thing
through that?
from this year.
So yep, go ahead.
So we obviously have Red War versus Phoenix.
Yeah, so here the people are very brutal. There's 120 votes for Phoenix and 19 for Warhead. So yeah,
is
that's
that
pretty brutal.
Is that because the War Red players haven't joined the Discord?
It might be. So yeah, so the predictions, it's both, people assuming from what they know, and also, it's my team, I vote for them. And I'm pretty sure we have more Phoenix people than Warhead people, but still,
well, we'll have to sort that out.
Still, there is still like at least 40, 50 votes that are from neutral people.
Listen,
yeah, interesting.
It's at the end of the day, it's a prediction. I remember ESTDB taking on, I believe it was Core on Hergen Forest, and they almost actually won the game. ESTDB almost won the game, but Core came back with their experience and took 2 points in the last 5-6 minutes. So the votes might not be on your hand, but you can still win games.
That's right. And the map Carentan as well, like I think it's it's probably favoured in a way for both teams. Like, I don't think, you know, again, like Heidi
That's
said
a
earlier,
hot
it's not.
take. It's favored for both teams. That's interesting.
No, you don't think so?
Well, no, it can be favored for both, right?
Depends on the
It's
points, clearly, but
yeah, it's always like this. Like yeah, of course, like it's kind of that's always what you have to consider, right? Like, oh, 1 out of 3 is good for me, and 2 out of 3 is good for them.
Yeah.
So usually allies like on Quarantine would have kind of 2 out of 3, and then Axis kind of is better for the middle. But that's about it. Like the center one, I would favor still.
you're favouring the allies on Quarantine,
Well,
which is
which is Phoenix.
Which
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. We have got CSP versus Trirex. What are the votes on for that one?
Trirex has 85 and CSP has 22. So pretty rough as well.
Pretty rough.
Saint-Marie Dumont this one.
And yeah, it's certainly more Axis for Trirex, so I have to side with the people here.
Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing with that. It's a really hard map for the allies with the last points, especially, or like second to last.
What about Lost Legion Barbed Wire Collection Club versus Heli's Heroes and number 1
Without
Commando?
number 1
sorry,
Commando.
without. What's the votes on for that one?
It's 79 for Lost Legion and BWCC, 43 for HOI. So I'm guessing it's also because people know them, but it's more close. So I think this one is kind of open, yeah.
Yeah, and Saint-Marie Glise as well, which is again one that's probably, like, especially with middle points, it's very even, I think.
Yeah, it's one of the most balanced maps, except Checkpoint, but yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever caps Checkpoint wins, but
Checkpoint is awful.
But so yeah, I don't know. SME allies is probably better, so I don't know. This one is really a toss up for me. I don't know.
Yeah, unless they get Cemetery and Checkpoint, lose Checkpoint, it can be really rough. But Cure 1, EG and 501st Bastardos.
Well, easy EG, of course. I have them for the whole tournament. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're going against the public vote, though, aren't you?
I am. EG has 56 and 501. BST2 has 81.
Nice.
But it's easy EG, and they're on Stalingrad. Come on.
I mean,
come on.
it's a bit complicated, you know, because EG, this is a new alliance in the sense that they were previous teams before, so maybe the people don't know them under this name, you know. And 501, well, the thing is, sometimes they have amazing games, and sometimes they would have a less as good game, and so you don't really know what is their overall performance, and so it might be a bit difficult to rank them. So this is, honestly, I wouldn't place my bets on this one. I don't know.
Well, I think some people with Heidi here, raising the tank here in chat, says biggest fail vote ever, EG will crush them. There seems to be an EG movement, an underground movement here for EG.
Which map will they play?
Razan is correct.
I don't remember.
It's playing Stalingrad, and EG is on Soviets.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Stalingrad.
They even get to roleplay Soviets.
We need to watch this one. Okay.
Like the worst map ever.
Now I understand why every streamer wanted to cast this one. I was like, what? Why? What?
Yeah. Because EG are playing allies on Stalingrad, so
that's really brilliant.
It's role play.
Siege role playing commander. It's gonna be great.
Hilarious. Well, my votes for the 501 and the BST too. Just to be on one.
Such a sheep. Right, let's talk about the next one. Fins Let Loose and BWR.
Okay, so Fins have 132 and BWR has 20. So yeah, I guess we don't see World War II roleplay.
Guys, get in Discord, get onto that voting system if it's still available, and put your votes in. Come on, guys, and we'll come back to it quickly.
The Finns believe. There's already one more.
Are they voting now? Get voting. We're going to come back to this one in 5 minutes. Come back.
This is like you're influencing an election here. This is this is against
Trump.
Twitch terms of service. Yeah.
Save BWR.
This is cheating.
Hashtag save BWR. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Who have we got?
We are on the line, and
the people are brutal, guys. The people are very brutal.
I mean, it's anonymous. They don't care.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's the votes on this one?
Oof, kind of rough.
TL has 105 and HLPL has 17.
Guys, get
Yes.
voting on this one. Get voting.
There's a clear
I mean-
favourite there.
I mean, it's understandable because
Yeah.
Beeline was playing with
Yes.
TC last season, and they did just amazingly. And
Mm-hmm.
HLPL, this is their first time in the seasonal, so people might not know them as well.
That's right.
And they should actually worry about them because they can be ruthless. I've played them before; they can be ruthless. So
Yeah, I think you
yeah,
mentioned them before as one to watch, didn't you?
sorry.
Like in our previous discussions, I think you've definitely mentioned them before as a team to look out for.
Yeah.
From the qualifier stage. So
Well, it's
not
also
to be
because they
underestimated.
completely smashed my team last time we encountered them.
well, there you go.
You want revenge?
And yeah, I mean,
I do.
TL is clearly one of the favorites to get out of qualifier stage
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, like in the other prediction thing, I'm not saying but again, by the way, in the prediction machine, there is the. I'm sure a lot of people have them as the 2-0 as well. So like, yeah, they're for sure big favorites in this game and probably in the next one they will play as well.
Yeah, but hopefully, Hell at Loose Poland are going to give them some stiff opposition. They're playing Utah, TL on Allies, and Poland Axis. So should be a good
this
one
is
to
gonna
watch
be
as well.
interesting.
Yeah, it's quite balanced map as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, their tanks will do everything. This is gonna be interesting to watch.
What about the German duo? 91 Panzer Division, 38 Division, and GR3 against STDB.
That's a heavy vote for STDB. 86 for STDB and 17 for 91. So I guess people are a bit more reluctant to vote because, it's not that many votes compared to the other ones, but still, like, the ratio is still pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they're playing SNDM Axis, which is arguably much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say they've got the stronger side again.
Yeah, and they're
Yes,
probably overall, yes, the better team, at least more experienced. So, but we will see.
So, just throwing out there, do you think maps make a big difference on who you're playing? Or do you still think, like, you still need a good kind of...
I mean... What do you mean? What's your question? Sorry?
Like, does a map really help with on which way the game could go?
Yes, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
No, just making sure, because there might be other people that haven't really seen this game and might not understand. So
yeah, no, it was designed. This game was designed like if you listen to the developers talking about it, they will tell you this game is not designed to be fair between the different teams.
Yeah.
Because they want to be as historically accurate as possible. Well, this is arguable whether they manage to do that,
Cough.
but this is the goal actually, and so this is like the team that is most likely to win because of a map. It is dependent.
I mean, that's a fair point. That's a fair point, but I think they've been like that was especially true, like, I don't know,
at the start,
like 5 updates ago or something, but they did try to fix it, like for instance, they added trucks on every HQ for like they did a bunch of things to make it more fair, and I think like compared to previous seasonal, at least winter and the first fall seasonal, where we basically saw one map every seasonal because it was the only one that was kind of balanced, even if it wasn't exactly balanced,
But
so, like the most balanced, but I've like now we can see like we see these ban phases, and like we have pretty much all the maps that are gonna get played, I think there is 1 or 2 missing, but like most of the maps are played, and like it's not that straightforward anymore. So I think that's a good plus, that the maps are more fair. But it's true that of course. That's why the ban phase exists, is because these maps have different specifics, different balance points, different things that maybe you can exploit, maybe maybe etc.
Yeah, and especially if you have a strength in like one particular area, for example, tanks or something, you're not going to want like Hill 400 maybe.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it's true. It's true though.
Fighting a tanking team, you might want to pick Hill 400.
Yeah, for sure. But what you're saying on connection is also true. Like if a top team faces one very like a team that's way less experienced than them, they can play pretty much any side on any map and still win, because it's not impossible, but against two teams of equal strength, for sure the map is gonna matter a lot.
I was more thinking of like if a team is more tank orientated, or that they're really good at tanking, and you throw them on like Hill 400, that might
Yeah, for sure.
the favor into the other team. But yeah, let's jump on to the last one. We don't want to leave them out. It's DCR against the Revolution Chinese GMJ EWS.
So I think that ban phase ended quite recently. That's why there is less votes, and also it's two teams that people don't know a lot. But we have 44 votes for GMG Edelweiss and 14 votes for DCR. So the neutral people, I guess, voted for this one, and they're clearly not known as much as other teams and like Finns or whatever that people know and people want to vote for or against, But yeah.
Is that the lowest voted team?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it'd be great to have to see what streamer gets that one, and hopefully encourages more people to vote actually onto this on these teams and get them acknowledged. Because
I sit office with a very good in chat for Garthnix.
Did anyone see, or did we get any more votes on, was it FFL and BWR? Was it that
What
one?
did we influence? Did we influence?
No,
Did we?
there's still 21, sorry.
If anything, wasn't it one more for Finns Let Loose there as well?
Yeah, sadly, yes.
So we had literally no effect at all. So
damn it.
Good job us. But we can't be accused of anything now. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Well, I mean, like I said before, all of the casters that you can catch these games, like Jane said, they're all being cast this weekend, which is excellent. And you
Oh, that was cool. That was pretty cool. So
Good job, Hackibus.
Agabus is go and have a little look at his YouTube. He's got some really, really good clips. Search him on YouTube. Fantastic. Now, we've seen trailers. Obviously, if you have a community, you as a community, if you've got a trailer or it's up and coming, feel free, put it on, seasonal Discord. I'm sure loads of people would love to see your trailer. And it's a great recruiting tool as well. So do put that on. But we will not have trailers next week. We're going to have gameplay and we're going to have game clips. So get your videos posted. Shall we jump on to the last bit today?
Yeah,
You
I think
ready?
we've got some questions here.
We do. Okay.
So, firstly, thanks for joining us very much today, Heidi and Jane. And thank you very much for putting on the seasonal. Like, there's a lot of effort gone into like all aspects of this. Whether it's coming up with the format, managing the Discord, doing the backgrounds for the various posters, and for this show even. So, first of all, thank you to you guys. Are there any thanks that you want to give as well?
Yeah, I can just say honestly, I'm a complete scam. I literally do nothing for seasonal. Like the format is basically everything I talked about with TLA. Every design, everything is Jane. Everything that's like happening on the Discord is Abusify. That did it. The rules, I also made them with TLA. Everything that like. So basically, yeah, I'm just here to talk when you guys invite me and talk to people, make announcements, like just receive all the hate, like just channel the people that want to be in my DMs. But other than that, like it's just the whole team on me doing everything else, everything basically.
On top of being humble, he collects the hate that some people may have against the seasonal, and he takes it for all of us. So you can see how good of a person.
Nom 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 nom.
He will eat that gossip up. Well,
thanks everyone who you mentioned, and thanks again to you guys. I know you've been humble there, Heidi, but I'm sure you do a lot. And obviously Jane is an absolute hero out here, so massive thanks to you.
And thank you for everybody who is interested in the seasonal and is interested in doing anything that is more or less related to it. Like, we were very excited to have you guys offering this format because we believe that it's going to be very interesting to have some more analysis around the tournament, and this is something that we are always looking forward to. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
and thank you for everybody who wants to.
And to all the other casters as well, to be fair, because we've mentioned that all the games this weekend are going to be cast on Twitch, or YouTube, I'm not sure, but
mostly Twitch.
People but thanks to them as well for giving their time, and thanks to the players for giving their time, because
to Jeff Bezos for providing us with Twitch.
That wasn't his idea.
I think it's fine when he's sitting on his yacht.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks for all the pre-roll ads, Jeff. Nice one.
Shout out to my boy Jeff.
What a ledge.
So there's some questions that we want to ask you both, or the public want to ask you.
God.
Yeah, I've been collecting a few from the chat.
Do you want to go first?
No connection? No, you crack on, and I'll cover the ones from the chat, shall I?
Okay, my first one is, as seasonal organizers, what should developers take into consideration when making seasonal go even bigger than it currently is? What would you say? Sorry, it's
like how could the developers kind of improve the game for like comp?
Yeah.
Okay, so you mean in that sense, because there's two different answers to your question, like game wise or just organization wise. Because game wise, you would need 5 hours more of podcast if you want to ask me that question. But organization wise, it's like
Coming soon.
They're doing a lot in terms of visibility and stuff. Like we got presence in the Steam brief, which was really great.
Yeah.
But the one thing that is kind of annoying is the servers. So like if we could somehow get all those official servers that nobody is ever playing on and have some Archon tools on them and being able to use them for the seasonal, it would make a lot of things much easier for us, like in terms of logs, in terms of like restarting the server at the right times, blah, 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 controlling the ping. Like it would be really good, but like just in terms of money, we can't do it right now. Like it would cost like, I don't know,
A lot.
a lot.
We computed it. It would be like almost 2K for this kind of a seasonal. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, so that would be the one thing. And game wise, yeah, I don't know. It's not the place. I don't know.
So a lot. I like that. Yeah, it's quite a bit. But probably improving the server, like even within the.
I'm not
private
seeing
servers, like
replays,
the server
replays in
tools,
chat. Sorry,
right?
but that's very true. Replays, like having .ars, so no, like in CS or whatever, we can actually, like every action of the players is logged in a text file or something, and then you can just load that game and replay it. That would be amazing. And that I don't think that's that hard. That's not an over ask. Like they mentioned it when they mentioned admin cam. It would be so good for everything. It would be so great. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my last question, before Garthnix will go for his and his the public ones.
Yeah.
It's a more of a relaxed question. It's what would put a smile on your face during seasonal?
You go ahead, Jane.
Oh, he's giving it away. Oh,
Of course.
the loving question.
Oh my god. Well, there's a lot of things actually. Because I might not be in here for the same reasons as you are, guys. Because to be honest, I'm not that much of a player, of a gamer in general. Like I wanted to be a character designer when I was a kid, but I wasn't a gamer in itself. And what brought me into the seasonal is that I've always been huge on volunteering, and so like. Whenever I'm working on something with other people, be it for streaming or for communication pastors, or because there's a new community coming up and they need some advertisement, or they're just so happy they did a good action and they wanted to share it with me, the replay, like this puts a smile on my face. I'm just happy to be in this together with so many people, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a really awesome sense of community, like built up around this whole competitive scene. It's really nice to see actually, and it's obviously something that kind of goes all the way from. Like, I think Hell Let Loose is quite a unique game in a sense because even in public games, you've got people kind of communicating on the mic, etc. You know, but it then goes all the way through to the sort of like semi-serious, like the squad line battle, where it's kind of people that know what they're doing but playing a public game, right through to the competitive, and all the way up. You know, there's like a really strong sense of community, and you know, especially in a world where we see like, you know, the people who might be in charge of stuff are wanting to like cause more problems. Maybe like something that I personally find really inspiring about seeing the communities in this game is like how well people actually work together in the sense of like unity, just over having fun and having a good time, which is really, really good to see.
You know, we're I belong to a CFR, which is quite an old team actually, and we're like the oldest in the French-speaking community. And this is funny because you were talking about this sense of community, and this is exactly what happened to us. Like we've been here for 4 to 5 years now because we were coming from Rising Storm.
I thought you said 45 then. I was
Sorry?
like, wow. I thought you said 45. I was like, wow.
They were playing
that's
Pong.
the,
4 to
that's the
5.
median
Sorry.
age of players in CFR. That's the different
that ball that goes
Yes,
like that.
that's different. That's our medium age. No, but this is funny because there's a lot of us like who come have their first game on the server, and we just welcome them, and then we become friends. And the CFR, and I beg you not, like we're meeting all together, like maybe twice, maybe 4 times a year all together, and this is just one of these amazing moments. And there is more than a game in these moments, you know.
Yeah, 100%. So a quick question, but for me, for you both, I suppose, just before we get into the public ones. But how did you get into organizing this stuff? Like, you've obviously kind of touched on a little bit there of like, you know, being involved in CFR, etc. But and also your history in gaming, you know, wanting to be a character designer and stuff. But how about you, Heidi? What's your kind of like history, and how did you both get into the this organizing the competitive in this way?
Well, for me, it was mainly because I wanted to play good competitive games of Hell Let Loose, and at the time, there was nothing that I felt was giving the environment needed for it to be properly competitive and like yes, basically what seasonal is about now, which is only like competition in the fairest way possible with the ban phase and etc. etc. So it's really stemming from being a player first, but then like for sure I would have stopped playing Hell Let Loose if I wasn't doing the seasonal being in WTA etc. now. So it's like, you know,
A
it
saving
started
grace.
because I'm a player, but it's also now clearly because I love all the people with who I'm doing it, and like all the people that are playing seasonal, and just, you know, this big organization that is like involving so many people now with like over probably 2K players that are going to be on the player list this time.
Wow.
And just being able to organize that is really, really nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very,
that's
very
awesome.
nice.
Okay, so before we wrap up, then a couple questions from you know, the people in chat. I think I know the answer to one of them, but I'll ask a different one first. Is there a prize for winning? And also a follow-up question from me: can people be relegated from the main stage if they don't perform as expected?
Okay, so for the first question, no, there's no prize. Fuck
Eternal
money.
fame.
Money is
Eternal fame.
shit. It's garbage. Nobody cares. Just play the game. Like basically, Hell Let Loose is you're not gonna have some. Like, it makes no sense in Hell Let Loose. Like you spoke about the community, whatever, and putting some prize money is the best way to destroy that. And we would never be able to put a prize money that substantial that it would make sense for a team of 50 players, right? For it to be an actual
One
pro scene
centage.
or whatever, you know. So like it would just be you have this money, and then everyone starts like wanting to win even more, and I don't know. I really
There's no
feel like
trophy.
it's yeah. So we had some ideas about like some funny things that we could use as trophies, like some tokens, IRL or something. We had some ideas, but nothing really. So yeah, it's just winning,
Yeah.
bragging rights, as some would say.
Bragging
Just
rights. Love
yes.
We're just
Prestige.
thinking about a giveaway recently.
Yes, give maybe yes. That's one thing I wanted to ask. I didn't ask the team reps, but I might. Is maybe, you know, give VIP to the server of the, like, every team in seasonal would give VIP to every player of the winning team, you know, on their server or something
Yeah.
like that. You know,
For a
I
month.
wanted to
For a
propose
month.
something like that or something. Yeah, for a month or like
Yeah.
for
I like that.
3 months or something. But like everyone would have to agree, blah blah. I didn't ask anyone, but it would be nice, something like that, that everyone can just kind of
Yeah.
give, you know.
I think
Yo,
that's a
that's
good shout.
something the devs can do. We want
Well,
in-game armbands for the
yeah, of
winning
course. I asked
players.
them that like 20
Yeah.
times already. I spammed all the devs. Give me, please, insignia like seasonal winner,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no, they
yeah.
Yeah.
didn't.
Psh,
The golden gun.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. Golden AK. Yeah.
God.
Nice. But there is, as you say, prestige on the line, and there's also a place in next seasonal's main
Yes. So
stage.
that's the second part of your question, right? Like,
Mhm.
can team be relegated? Of course. So these were the top 8 teams. Not exactly because, you know, some teams didn't sign up or whatever, but at least the top 8 from the teams that signed up. And it's going to be the same next time. So only the teams that will make it to the playoffs will be in the main stage next seasonal. So basically, you know, we have the qualifier stage. 8 teams go out. They meet the 8 teams waiting in main stage. 8 teams get out of that, and these 8 teams will be in main stage next seasonal. You know, these 8 teams that play in the playoffs, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals.
Mhm. So
Yep.
there it is, guys, all to play for. And so the final question from chat, which I feel like I already know the answer to. Heidi, what's your dark horse pick for this tournament?
Ho, ho.
What does dark horse mean? What do you mean? What?
What's
Who's your
your
nemesis?
your outside pick? You know, who do you think is going to come through and win the tournament? But I think we maybe already touched on this earlier.
Oh yeah, clearly, yeah. Easy carry. Yeah. Nah, it's just, actually, like, all memes aside, I know some of them. I know Panzerlehr is a great team. Like, I'm pretty sure they can do things and it's a big if because it's like 3 Russian teams. If they can stick together to the end, that's
That's the
that's the big
question.
if. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
There was one. I'm trying to find the actual wording of it, but it's when is the tournament a success in your eyes?
What? What?
Yeah, no, it was a great one. I think it was by Excessive. Excessive, if you're there, pop it again and again. But it's basically what, in your eyes, what would make this spring seasonal a success? Obviously, yes, we know we're going to have a winner. We know we've got 24 teams competing.
Yeah.
But
no drama, please.
Okay.
Yes,
no bullshit.
please.
No, like every seasonal we have one big bullshit. Basically, it's like this year it's this one. Please, no bullshit. Just play the game. Have a fun tournament. No bullshit. There you go.
Okay, there you
No
go.
drama.
There you
That would be a
have it.
success. Yeah.
You've been warned, guys. No bullshit. All right.
I mean, for me, just the fact that the teams are signing up again for the following edition is a win. Like, I mean, we've been harassed so much with ID to tell people a date, like, when are you gonna launch seasonal 2022? Like, when is it happening? Is it gonna be a winter edition, a spring edition? Like, oh my god. Almost more stressed about planning the next one than finishing the one before.
Everyone's
and
excited, it's great to have people already wanting to get into the next seasonal. It's going to be like a fight.
It is amazing, and we are so lucky to have such a community, but it is also quite stressful.
Chill out, guys, please, because we've still got this one until April. So
is it 16 teams?
1st of May, you may be talking about the next one, but not before, please.
Yeah, seasonal when? Save that question for May.
I really want to ask that last question. I really want to ask that question now.
What, when's the next season?
No, you was it last season or you had 16 teams, right?
Yeah.
And if you increase it by 8.
Yep.
Yes.
How much are you going to increase it for the next one?
Okay, honestly, if we're lucky, we could go up to 32 because we actually had more teams than 24 who wanted to sign up. So
okay,
so it gets a bit confusing, but the format as it is now, it would just change the number of teams waiting in main and the number of teams in qualifier, the number of rounds, blah blah blah. I will have to talk to my math lawyer to understand the format, but we can go, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, and all of this, even less, all of these would work with the current format, double stage, triple stage format, with the 2 Swiss and the playoffs. So basically, as long as it's even number, I'm down for any, like, the maximum number of teams. Like, for me, the more people are involved, the higher it raises, the skill level, like, kind of mechanically. And that's all I want, is like the teams, everyone to get better together. Yep.
We've got a question from director here, and it's actually when he typed it, it's got me thinking. It's actually not a bad idea. It's could the maps be progressive as they've happened through the history?
No, what? No, of course not.
Well, like in Rising Storm 2, get that out of here.
Yeah, you play Counter-Strike, once the bomb is gone, the site is over, you leave the server. Yeah, it's realistic. And also, I will only play bolt action. Once you die once, you have to leave the server, actually, because it's like the army. You have to scream major winters when you deploy.
Yeah. And then there's WTH, only got Chronic left, and you think, oh god.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chronic.
So no.
Amazing. Right, well, thank you very much, guys. we've come to the end now, I'm pretty sure. But it's been amazing having you on, and thank you very much for all the audience, and like I said before, all the players as well, because it takes a lot of commitment from everybody involved, not just the organisers, not just us as casters, but the players who are committing to kind of come and play these games. It's kind of taking over their lives to go to the trainings and make sure that they can be there on time and play their best and everything. So.
Yeah.
They don't get the wives annoyed. Like this
Yes.
seems to be a huge issue.
Yes.
Yes, we need the the all wives team that they can sign up next time.
I mean, they can
give everyone a
sign
good
up.
slapping.
Like we're just gonna make a team and we're gonna win this thing.
I think so.
I would sign up.
I would vote for that.
No.
Can I cast those games?
Right.
But yeah, no, thanks to everyone involved. Thanks to you guys for coming on. Thanks to
Yeah.
No Connection, of course. Thanks to all you guys in chat for getting involved. And like we said before, this is going to be every week. So make sure you come back. It's on Wednesday today because of Valentine's Day, but it's going to be Monday every week. Make sure you come back. Make sure you take your clips, like No Connection said. Clip other streamers. Record your own clips. Put them in the seasonal Discord. Make sure you check out the seasonal Discord. Go and have a look at all of the different sections that Abusify's kind of put up there for you. You've got all of the pre-game voting, all that stuff. You've got the previous stats from last season if you want to have a look at that in the announcement section.
Yep.
There's loads and loads and loads of great stuff there. You've got links to all the team Discords. And obviously all the information about where you can catch these games on whose channel, who's going to be casting them, etc. All the results, everything. So make sure you go check that out.
Sorry.
Yep. So go on.
No, just to say that why I think what you're doing is really nice and relevant is that, people don't necessarily have the time to follow everything, to watch all the games, to blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And even to check the Discord, it might be a bit confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I think having this weekly recapping of the game, so we will know everyone that has won, lost, who is in, who is out, what is going to happen next round, because maybe the Swiss stage is confusing for some people. They don't know who is going to fight who, the team they're going to support. So yeah, having this is going to be really nice to have every week for people that might not be as much as nerds as some of us are.
Or just have the time to watch all the games and keep up with it all. So
yeah.
Well, that's gonna be it, guys. And ladies.
Thank you.
Lady.
Snuck it in there.
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently.
Might be the only one here, but okay.
I hope so.
But yes, thank you very much for joining us, Garthnix and I, for tonight.
Thank you for inviting us.
No, it's absolutely a pleasure, and thank you, for what you're doing to do community. Bringing everyone together. That's much better. That's the best praise you can get, having loads of players and communities joining together for what you guys create. So,
Yes.
thank you very, very much.
Let's go. May the best team win.
Absolutely.
And who's
Yes.
that? EG.
EG.
Of course.
And may we all have fun above all.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So.
Fun is overrated. All right.
Overrated. Nice.
Yes.
Can we
Jesus Christ.
finish off with Outberg's amazing trailer again?
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. It gets me so hyped.
I am going to play the trailer, and then it's going to go straight into the finish. So, thank you very much, guys.
Nice.
Good.
Everyone in chat, sub No Connection.
No.
Yes. Give that Twitch Prime, baby.
Twitch Prime, baby.
Twitch Prime,
Whee!
no.
Twitch Prime.
Guys, trailer.
Let's go.
Thank you very much, and
Bye.
good night.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
time.